for you is footage, right? So if we have a look here, you would click in, you'd verify your sewer pass asset, and this is what would happen over here. And a lot of guys have been saying that the game is really fun to play. It's really addictive. It's really pretty simple to play. You've got your Jimmy guard over there. So this is the trial of Jimmy the monkey. The dog is there the prophet is there to help you and guide you along. Here, in theory, you in a sewer. You can't hit so you can't hit into things, and you're looking for assets in the sewer and treasures in it. Another part of this, which is quite interesting, is you can use ape coin and it's not a lot of ape. I think it's 2 ape coin or whatever it may be to get a 10-minute advantage, a power up. There's 3 different types of power ups, but you can only use them from when you purchase it for 10 minutes. So the interesting thing to see is what the price of ApeCoin itself is going to do, because for the first time you have real utility for ApeCoin. And, I imagine as guys get more into this and the top 100 or 200 who are fighting for the top place to get that key would be more than happy to spend a good amount of ape to do it. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We have seen ape go up 7% in the last 24 hours, but we have also seen Bitcoin and Ethereum go up 3.5% and 1% respectively. So you can say maybe that, 3% of ApeCoin's increase is just a general bullish crypto sentiment that we've seen in the last 24 hours, but another 3 to 4% is as a result of this directly. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously high risk, you never know. And this is the game, bro. Very simple, endless game. You got to try get past the obstacles. Your score is recorded. There's a leadership board. You can check your score versus other people. You can see once you register a score where you stand in the rankings. And again, the higher your ranking, the higher rarity of your asset. If you are the highest ranking, you are going to get a key. No one knows what the key is going to give you, but there's only one. And, millions of dollars of value in that key, in my opinion.
So you have to have a sewer pass to play this. So are
only a sewer pass? You don't need any other asset. Only a sewer pass.
But I'm saying even for a sewer pass, you're pricing out 99% of the empty market. So are only people who can play this, people who hold, are they looking to make this more mainstream?
So look, I think you got to understand, if you want to get into the proper Yuga ecosystem, the cheapest asset is a kennel club, because other deed in and of itself is its own animal. Let's leave that out. So you've got bored apes, mutants, and kennel clubs. If you want to get into Yuga at the moment, you are going to have to spend 7 Ethereum as it stands right now. Whereas here, these went as low as 1 ETH, they're now 2 ETH. If you spend 2 ETH now, you are guaranteed of some Yuga asset at the end of this gamified thing that goes on. Then after the game ends on the 8th, there's still 4 other stages. And that's when the Kennel Club comes into it, which are before you're going to get to your mecha apes and mecha dogs, which is what people are thinking the assets for. And we're going to talk about that as well. So you can get a Yuga asset for 2 Ethereum, which is what, a third of what it will cost to get into the ecosystem otherwise. Yeah. So yes, it is still to some degree unaffordable, but at the same time, it's a lot more affordable than getting a dog.
What do you think about passes as NFTs? Do you like the token aspect of it, how it looks like a ticket, or would you rather it be a PFP or an avatar? Would you rather it be this Dookey character? Or would you rather it be
So this is a ticket to play the game. It's not a permanent. That's going to change into a power supply, which is then finally going to change into an asset, which we're thinking are mecha apes and mecha or mecha dogs. What I want to ask you, Kate, is what do you think about the marketing behind this? I mean, here's the top brand in the space. Yes, they're not taking themselves too seriously at all. It's a sewer. You're looking through shit. I mean, literally the key was in the monkey's ass. Okay, yeah. I personally was like, I don't know, 40-year-old guy, this is a bit juvenile for me. I want to get your opinion as a 24-year-old guy. For the top project in the space, on the one side, they're keeping real to their roots. Everyone knows them as the company that, had the bathroom wall where you could draw, whatever to begin with. What did you think about how they've gone about this?
I just think it's less and less cool every time. No matter what they do, even if it is cool, it's going to be less cool and less epic every time. So I think that's pretty much just inevitable in general, just because the Bored Apes and Mutants are like so OG. And then, you know, if you can't afford one of those, you get a kennel. And then after that, it's kind of like one of those things that, like, I didn't hear jack shit about the sewer pass, bro. I still have relatively until today not heard too much about the game of Dookeydash at all either. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the other side really shot them in the ass a little bit. People were like, fuck, man, that one hurt. Like, a lot of people lost a lot of money. It left a bad taste in people's mouths. People say it doesn't matter anymore. They forgot about it, but it did. You know, it's one of those things, like if you have a bad experience in a restaurant.
The difference here is that the holders of the assets got the sewer passes for free. Yes, if you didn't hold any of the assets, you have to buy in now. But it's a very different experience. I mean, look, I think on the other side they can't win. They do a mint that's open, and the gas war was so bad that it went to absolute hell. And on the other side here, they're doing an airdrop and tickets, and it's like, you know, I think there's always going to be fun in the space. I just know never to fade Yuga. The famous story when I got my ape airdrop, I sold it immediately at $4.50, and it went to 22 or 25 ETH before the other side launched. So I faded them. The reason I was happy to sell at that particular price was because they were valued at $5 billion, and with the circulation of ape coin, at $4.50, it put them at a $6 billion valuation. So I thought that was fair value. I never expected it to go all the way to 25 ETH. So I've faded them before. I don't have the time to play this game. But again, you can just buy a sewer pass, play the game once, not go for a high score, and get an entry-level Yuga asset. Or you could wait until